Hello, Squad Squad. Got my one of my Thais hats on. Bookmark. This is going up. It's still uploading, of course, by the time you see this. And then this lovely hat. This will be for hot. And it's kind of warm and humid here today, but I'm in the AC. Taste stuff again. I showed it in the Happy Mail. Gonna do something with those flowers. Stick them on. I may stick them on my pen doohickey. Squirrel! Delmer. Don't think I already had a Delmer. You know, we got Clovis. I still have to get these up on the wall. I may have to wait on Hannah to come, but I'll get it. Thank you all for all your gifts. And my shirt from Ola Joe. And I didn't even look in the package, so I got to look in the package still. I bet it might have a little message in there. I didn't think of it till I just set my hiney down here. Okay, we were in the middle of a chapter, or maybe not in the middle, but in the midst of chapter 38 on the shelf. And I'm probably going back and reading some that I had already read because I didn't mark it. I'm not exactly sure where it was. Big surprise. Let me go back here. Mama thought the deer too young to be taught. She's talking about little Demi, the little boy. Too young to be taught to conquer his prejudices, but Papa believed that it never was too soon to learn obedience. And that's Mr. Brooke, Demi's daddy. So Master Demi early discovered that when he undertook to wrestle with Parpar, he always got the worst of it. Yet, like the Englishman, Baby respected the man who conquered him and loved the father whose grave no was more impressive than all the mother's love pats. A few days after the talk with her mother, Meg resolved to try a social evening with John. So she ordered a nice supper, set the parlor in order, dressed herself prettily, and put the children to bed early. But nothing should interfere with her experiment. But unfortunately, Demi's most unconquerable prejudice was against going to bed, and that night he decided to go on a rampage. I think sometimes kids can sense when we want them to do something like take a nap. No, Jessica said, was it yesterday or the day before, she sure wished her little would take a nap. Little Izzy. So poor Meg sung and rocked, told stories, and tried every sleep-provoking while she could devise, but all in vain. The big eyes wouldn't shut, and long after Daisy had gone to Bilo, I think I did read this part because I thought that was weird. Like the chubby little bunch of good nature she was, naughty Demi lay staring at the light with the most discouragingly wide-awake expression of countenance. Will Demi lie still like a good boy while Mama runs down and gives poor Papa his tea? Asked Meg as the hall door softly closed and the well-known step went tiptoeing into the dining room. Me has tea, said Demi, preparing to join in the revel. No, but I'll save you some little cakeys for breakfast if you go bye-bye like Daisy, will you, lovey? She should not be asking that child. She should tell him. Yes, like yes, I guess. And Demi shut his eyes tight as if to catch sleep and hurry the desired day. Taking advantage of the propitious moment, Meg slipped away and ran down to greet her husband with a smiling face and the little blue bow in her hair, which was his especial admiration. He saw it at once and said with a pleased surprise, "Why, little mother, how gay we are tonight. Do you expect company?" "Only you, dear." "Is it a birthday, anniversary, or anything?" "No, I'm tired of being dowdy, so I dressed up as a change. You always make yourself nice for table, no matter how tired you are, so why shouldn't I when I have the time?" "I do it out of respect to you, my dear," said old-fashioned John. "Ditto, ditto, Mr. Brooke," laughed Meg, looking young and pretty again as she nodded to him over the teapot. "Well, it's altogether delightful and like old times. This tastes right. I drink your health, dear," and John sipped his tea with an air of reposeful rapture, which was of very short duration, however, for he put down his cup, the door handle rattled mysteriously, and a little voice was heard saying impatiently, "Opie doy, me's tummin'." "It's that naughty boy. I told him to go to sleep alone. And here he is down the stairs, getting his death a cold pattering over that canvas," said Meg, answering the call. "Morning now," announced Demi in a joyful tone as he entered with his long nightgown gracefully festooned over his arm, and every curl bobbing gaily as he pranced about the table, eyeing the cakeys with loving glances. "No, it isn't morning yet. You must go to bed and not trouble poor mamma. Then you can have a little cake with sugar on it." "Me loves parpar," said the artful one, preparing to climb the paternal knee and revel in forbidden joys, but John shook his head and said to Meg, "If you told him to stay up there and go to sleep alone, make him do it, or he'll never mind you." "Yes, of course. Come, Demi." And Meg led her son away, feeling a strong desire to spank the little marplot who hopped beside her. That's what she should have done. Oh, I guess I'm old. I believe in not sparing the rod. Who hopped beside her, laboring under the delusion that the bribe was to be administered as soon as they reached the nursery. Nor was he disappointed, for that short-sighted woman actually gave him a lump of sugar, tucked him into his bed, and forbade any more promenades till morning. "Yes," said Demi, like yes, the perjured, blissfully sucking, Demi the perjured, blissfully sucking his sugar and regarding his first attempt as eminently successful. Meg returned to her place, and supper was progressing pleasantly when the little ghost walked again and exposed the maternal delinquencies by boldly demanding, "More sugar, Mar." Now John knows what she did. "Now this won't do," said John, hardening his heart against the engaging little sinner. "We shall never know any peace till that child learns to go to bed properly. You have made a slave of yourself long enough. Give him one lesson, and then there will be an end of it. Put him in his bed and leave him, Meg." "Well, he won't stay there. He never does, unless I sit by him." "I'll manage him. Demi, go upstairs and get in your bed as Mama bids you." "Saint," replied the young rebel, helping himself to the coveted cakey and beginning to eat the same with calm audacity. "You must never say that to Papa. I shall carry you if you don't go yourself. Go away. Me don't love parpar." And Dibby retired to his mother's skirts for protection. But even that refuge proved unavailing, for he was delivered over to the enemy with a "Be gentle with him, John," which struck the culprit with dismay, for when Mama deserted him, then the judgment day was at hand. Bereft of his cake, defrauded of his frolic, and borne away by a strong hand to that detested bed, poor Demi could not restrain his wrath, but openly defied Papa and kicked and screamed lustily all the way upstairs. The minute he was put into bed on one side, he rolled out on the other and made for the door. How many of you can relate? Do you have kids like that? I was lucky, I reckon. I remember reading to the girls, but I don't think they gave me much trouble. Of course, that's been a long time.